Hi everyone, we'll keep this review brief. I want to talk about case scenario 1 for those that won't be in class. But quickly we see that Linda's our teacher and she teaches 5th grade, and she sees that there's an assignment that looks like 2 girls cheated. Cindy and Angela have been great students, they're best friends, they're always A students, but she sees that Angela's been slipping a little bit and that she found out that Angela's home life hasn't been great. The father left, hasn't come back, maybe money's tight, so she realizes that Angela's struggling. She gives this assignment that's very specific. You had to work by yourself. I think it's 5th grade. Was it social studies? I can't remember. And they both have to write the paper, and she gets it back and she can see that the papers are almost identical. Now, the responses from all of you, I've read them all, are so fascinating because some of you say, hey, you know what, these girls, you don't know if it happened, the cheating happened accidentally. Maybe they don't really know what's wrong. We don't want to be too tough. We don't want to be too nice. It really, your responses ran the gamut. The first thing I'm going to have you reflect, because you could all be in this situation. Will it happen? Absolutely. Will it happen exactly like this? Well, maybe not. But let's look at 5th grade. Think back to your 5th grade teacher. In 5th grade, did you know that copying was wrong? Yes. When do students realize copying's wrong? When do we teach them? When we say, eyes on your own paper, that begins usually in kindergarten. In 1st grade, students know not to look, at that paper, eyes on your own paper. We teach them not to cheat from a very young age. So for those of you that said, well, could have happened accidentally, they didn't know, yada, 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 absolutely they knew. So that's number 1. They're aware of it by 5th grade. The question is the sense of accountability, and do you contact the parent? Do you talk to the girls together? Do you talk to the principal? So all of you again ran the gamut. The first thing is it really important to know who copied from whom and, who did all the work? Linda, the teacher, for the most part, knows. She recognizes handwriting. We all recognize handwriting. And for the most part, she understands that it really looks like it's Cindy's work. And by this age, teachers really understand who, it's like you can see handwriting. You can also see sense of voice. So she's confident that Cindy did the paper. So we have to trust her confidence. The question is, when you begin to talk to them, do you put the girls together and talk to them and try to get the bottom of it, or do you separate them out? As my experience, and I'm just going to share with you my experience, there's never a right or wrong. But my experience is that if you want the truth and the honesty, you separate the students, because together, neither of them want to tell on each other. I mean, it's just like adults. You don't want to say anything. You get them separate, they feel more confident. Especially Cindy might be feeling bad for Angela. She has a lot of, she's more affluent. She has a lot of advantages. She has the support and love of her parents. So is she going to say in front of Angela and the teacher, yeah, I really felt sorry for her, I did the essay. So usually lips are buttoned when they're together. So I would separate them out, and I would first talk to Cindy, then I would talk to Angela, and just keep it open-ended. Can you tell me what happened here? This is clearly one person's work. Then the other thing is, do you contact the parent? Wow, did you run the gamut? We already understand. Does Linda have a good relationship with the parent? No, she doesn't. Does the parent think that the teacher picks on Angela? Yes, she does. Is the parent going to be super enthusiastic to get the phone call that says, what? You're saying my child cheated? Whew, that's going to be tough. I would think long and hard about, here's the parent. Oh, wait, do I have the parent here? Hold on. Long and hard about contacting that parent, because the parent already has a negative relationship with the teacher. The parent already feels like the teacher's picking on Angela. So when you call the parent and you say, I'm sorry, your daughter did something bad again and copied, I just am not confident that that's the response or the reaction. You're going to get someone that's really understanding at this moment. Angela's mother is already worked up. So in that case, what do you do about the idea that the students have cheated? Some of you said, just give them zeros. Some of you said, have them redo the essay. Some of you said, call home, let the parents know. Some of you said, let the principal know. I think that for my experience, when you have an issue like this, we always want a learning experience. Would I have the students redo it? I think I would. I think what I would do is I would give the students a 0 and say, look, looks like it's your first real big cheating infraction. We're not going to talk to your parents now. But I think that there needs to be a penalty. You can redo the paper, and you can redo it maybe during recess, or you can redo it when you have free time. I think that's the direction I would go. However, as a new teacher, for those of you that said, hey, talk to the principal, number one advice is always talk to someone else that's higher placed. The two people you could go to are the principal and the counselor. The reason is, if you're not quite sure and you're not really knowing, should I talk to the parent, should I do this? Always get advice. It's never wrong to go to the school counselor and say, hey, this is what's going on. And the school counselor knows these students. It's never wrong to go to the principal and say, hey, you know what? This is what happened. This is my decision. Or this is what happened. What do you think of my decision? If you tell neither the principal or the counselor, and you take this action by yourself, and all of a sudden Cindy goes home and tells her mom, this is what happened, they're making me rewrite it, and it gets a call from the principal, and the principal has no idea what's going on, that's not in your best interest. It is never wrong to go to your principal and to talk to the school counselor for advice. So in the end, my advice would be, I'd let the principal know this is what happened. I think I'm going to have the girls rewrite it. I'm not going to tell the parents yet. I'm going to give them the opportunity to correct the situation, see how he feels about it. I talk to the counselor and see if she has any more advice. Maybe she could talk to Angela and help her out. Yeah, that's it. So thanks everyone else for your feedback. Nothing's ever wrong on these responses. And we'll see you at the next scenario. Bye-bye.